Hello there. Today I'm gonna be working in my dining room garden. You may remember that on the last video I widened the flower beds here quite a lot, and now it's time to prepare them for summer. I'll start by transplanting a couple of things from this main flower bed of mine to the dining room garden, since I feel that they would be a better fit over there. This one is a beautiful hydrangea that I just sort of popped in here because I didn't really know where to put it at a time, but now it's gonna find a more permanent home, I think. And I already have another hydrangea just like that one on this other side, so now they will sort of make this nice pair. Little pruning for hydrangeas is always very good in spring, because that encourages them to push out a lot of this new, fresh, healthy growth. Our soil here is heavy clay, which is a bit rough growing surface for the plants on its own. So what I like to do every now and then is add some of this new soil on top of it, so that when it mixes with the clay, in time our soil will get better and better. Looks much better already, doesn't it? Next we'll go to the other side. We'll start by moving this little yew tree bush from here to over there. I'm thinking right there is quite a good place for it. Then we'll go for the general cleanup of the flower bed, since I still haven't done that. I don't know what it is about raking, but I do find it particularly pleasing. Perhaps it's the feeling that you are sort of raking away the previous year and getting prepared for the new one, full of anticipation and hope of new growth. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to sow some seeds of the very same perennials that I already have growing here, quite simply because I have extended these flower beds to some extent, and it would be nice to have them growing as full of flowers as they possibly can. Now we have jumped about 1 month later in time, and as you can see, the plants that were already here have really started to come up. So today I'll continue by spreading out the existing plants more evenly. And this is something that I've already in fact started with this biggest flower bed section that I'm showing you now. And although so far we have been working only in these front beds of my dining room garden, I should mention that there are also these 2 smaller planting areas in this garden, and I'm simply going to address all of these in the same way by planting the same perennials to all of these flower bed areas, so that it will be this uniform feeling here in this dining room garden. These perennials that I have here have all been grown from seed, and they also like to self-seed quite happily, so there's no wonder that there are these clumps here and there. So what I'll do now is very simple. I just look for the areas where the plants are growing too thickly, and then I dig the plants up and remove them elsewhere where there's more space for them to grow. And indeed, this will benefit all the plants, not just those that I remove, but also those who stay, since all the plants will have more space to grow in peace because of this action that I'm now taking. And of course, I will also be pulling off all the weeds I come across already while working in these flower beds. This flower bed area here is the one that is going to see the biggest change this summer, since I had totally different things growing here earlier. And now that I've decided to synchronize the plantings around at my dining room garden, well, it's gonna of course require some work. And I do not expect to see as full blooming in all of the flower beds around my dining room garden, of course. It's perfectly natural that the flower beds that already had the flowers growing in them that I want to have here now are sort of more established, and they have a sort of head start to the look that I'm after now. But it's okay. Gardening is a process, and things sometimes take sometimes even years to get the kind of look that you want to have at the end. No, we are not done yet. There's still this smaller section on this side to be done, and those couple of smaller ones at the back. If someone ever says that gardening is easy, they must be lying, I think, because it's not. It's a lot of hard work. But hopefully most of us can enjoy it at least most of the time. Some of the most common weeds in my flower beds are dandelions and buttercups. There are others too, of course, but those I come across the most perhaps. And since both of them have very vigorously growing root systems, I do try to get them off with their roots as well as I can, so that I wouldn't have to weed off the very same plants over and over again. There will of course come new ones, but yeah, it would be nice to get the ones I see off truly when I have the chance. We are making progress here. Only these a couple of small planting areas are left to be dealt with. Although I should say that it's very visible and clear that I've had these ones on somewhat poor maintenance. Many weeds have had the chance to grow here quite happily. But now we are going to make a change to that. There are some quite healthy looking meadow daisies here, which I would like to spare. So I'm gonna just dig them up and move them aside and transplant them elsewhere. If you think this project is taking a very long time, just to put things into a perspective, the dining room garden area with these flower beds is just one of my many garden rooms. Indeed, I have several more planting areas in my garden, and therefore this is nothing, I assure you. But in order not to intimidate anyone who's perhaps just thinking about starting gardening, it is best to start by taking one little step at a time. Then when you do it more and more, your confidence grows and your techniques for doing things evolve, and things start to go more and more smoothly. But of course this is time consuming, very time consuming in fact, at least if you do it the way I do. Mostly using the manual labor yourself as a tool. But you know, what else should one be doing? At least I find gardening to be very soothing. I often contemplate on things I want to resolve or just wind down after work days and office hours. It's very relaxing, healthy even, I think. So what of it if gardening takes a long time? It's time well spent, I think. Yay! We are done with this project. It was a long one to be sure, but it's very nice that it's done now. I have the plants that I want to have here spread it out quite evenly, and I've also sown some seeds from the same varieties to fill in. And yes, some of the plants are wilting a bit. Transplanting doesn't always go without problems, but when I just water those enough, they will without a doubt survive and start to look better just in a couple of days or so. And now that this is done for this stage, I'm already starting to look ahead. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have several more planting areas in my garden that I also need to take care of, doing a similar business as I've done here in my dining room garden. So indeed there will be plenty more of this preparing for summer stuff, as you have seen in this video. If you would like to tag along to see more of these videos that I'm making, please consider subscribing the channel. It's completely free. Thank you for watching this one, and bye for now.